everyone is wondering what the actress is going to write about in her revenge book, seeing as she has reportedly signed a lucrative deal for its publication. Hi, I'm your host Bridget Shields, and let's get into today's video. Top 10 secrets Amber Heard could expose in her tell-all book. Number 10. The James Franco video. This one remains a mystery, so it makes sense that one of the first things Heard will try to clear up is what really happened with James Franco. She got grilled about their relationship while she was on the stand when Depp's lawyers brought up a late-night visit by Franco to Heard's apartment in May 2016, which depicted the two getting physically close. You can even see the moment where Franco lays his head on her shoulder, but when asked about the reason he came to her apartment that night after 11 p.m., she said, quote, "Because he was my friend and he lived next door." Quite literally next door. Even though Heard vehemently denied any implications of infidelity, the video footage is ambiguous at best. In her testimony, Heard explained that she was close friends with Franco, whom she made 2 movies with. But did she really put him in the friend zone? Because Depp did testify that he thought they were having an affair, and he would apparently get very jealous about their relationship. That's something she will most likely have to address if she wants to get the public back on her side. Number 9. Cheating with Elon Musk. 3 years ago, Depp accused Heard of cheating on him with her boyfriend Elon Musk, whom she dated publicly after their divorce. This exact accusation also made it into the defamation lawsuit in March 2019. The legal documents read, quote, "Unbeknownst to Mr. Depp, no later than 1 month after his marriage to Miss Heard, she was spending time in a new relationship with Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk." It goes on to say that while Depp was out of the country filming in March 2015, Eastern Columbia building personnel testified that Miss Heard received Musk late at night in their shared penthouse, and she specifically asked front desk staff to give her friend Elon access to the building's parking garage and the penthouse elevator late at night. And get this, the front desk staff would go on to testify that they saw Musk leaving the building the next morning. If the actress ever hopes to clear her name, she is going to need to set the record straight about her relationship with Elon Musk, because even after Depp won the trial, he tweeted support for both of them, saying, quote, "At their best, each of them is amazing." Number 8. Her ex-assistant's claims. The testimony from Amber Heard's ex-personal assistant, Kate James, who claimed that while working for Heard, she was verbally aggressive towards her and would send a barrage of hateful text messages on the regular. And when asked for evidence of these messages, James replied with a straight answer, quote, "I was using a phone that was logged into her iCloud account. When she terminated my employment, she deleted all of the texts from the cloud," which proves that Heard was calculating enough to essentially wipe away all the evidence of her wrongdoing. I mean, the whole reason she wrote the op-ed was to stand up to powerful men who use their position to mistreat those beneath them. But that's exactly what she was doing to all the people that worked under her, like when she screamed at Depp's sound engineer for daring to talk to her. James also claimed that Heard essentially stole her story about being violently attacked and twisted it into her own. In her tell-all book, the actress will most likely expose why she suddenly fired James in 2015 without much explanation other than that she couldn't afford her salary of $25 an hour. Talk about suspicious. Number 7. The UK trial. When referring to the UK trial that Depp lost, Heard said, quote, "There was another trial that dealt with the same substantive issues and had even more evidence in." What she's talking about, of course, is that the London court rejected Depp's defamation lawsuit and ruled that 12 of the 14 alleged incidents noted by the newspaper, and that their headline calling Depp a wife-beater, was proved to a civil standard. He even appealed to overturn the verdict, but it was unsuccessful. And shortly after the ruling, the actor stepped down from Fantastic Beasts because his reputation was torn to shreds. But it's true that there were quite a few differences between the two cases, namely the decision makers. So the case was tried in front of a judge in the UK and in front of a jury in the US. Heard is not going to let anyone forget the fact that she won the first case, and will probably delve into the 12 incidents of domestic violence, which were proven to be true. Heard and her lawyer Elaine Bredhoft kept bringing up these facts during their respective post-trial interviews on NBC. She's clearly dying to reveal just what was proven about Depp in the first trial. Number 6. The audio recordings. The audio recordings played during Johnny Depp's testimony testimony show Heard admitting to starting a physical fight between them and downplaying his reaction to the incident. They were discussing their explosive March 2015 Australia fight that resulted in Depp's right middle finger being severed at the tip. In what was basically a confession, she said, quote, "I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I didn't punch you." She also told him to grow up and called him a baby. The recording was damning evidence which got the jury to consider that it might have been Heard who was the instigator in the relationship. When speaking on NBC, she said that the tapes were edited after being uploaded online. Quote, "What you hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening." She claimed that the 20-second clips are not representative of the 2 or 3 hour conversations from which they came from. Now, if she wants to get any credibility back, she's going to have to back up those claims and release the full audio from those conversations and not just write about it in her book. Number 5. Exposing her lawyers. There's no question about whether or not Heard will try to throw her lawyers under the bus. After all, Dr. Shannon Curry evaluated her for 12 hours and said that she often externalizes blame. One of the ways she could do this is by exposing what it was that her lawyers instructed her to do in the courtroom. In fact, throughout the proceedings, many people questioned the competence of her defense team, and it's not hard to see why. Like the viral moment where Heard's lawyer, Adam Nadelhaft, objected to his own question, or when Elaine Bredhoft continually questioned Dr. Curry about muffins. In fact, she forgot to turn on her microphone so often that there's now a funny compilation of it online. There was even a clip posted online of her leaving the courtroom, which has since gone viral. After she was being questioned by Bredhoft, her attorney conceded that she had no more questions, and the judge told Heard to go and sit with her counsel. But instead, she chose not to sit with Bredhoft and instead just walked out of the room. Number 4. Her real finances. The trial has raised some serious questions about whether Heard's pockets are deep enough to foot the bill that she owes Depp, exactly $10.35 million. The actress admitted that she was unable to donate the $7 million to charity after her divorce in 2017 because her ex-husband had filed a $50 million lawsuit against her. But if Heard cannot fulfill her obligation to pay Depp's damages, the court may choose to take part of her current and future wages. But Heard's messy financial issues are now coming to light, as Terence Doherty, an executive for the ACLU, testified about a $3.5 million pledge that Heard made to the organization after her divorce settlement with Depp. The fact is that only $1.3 million of the $3.5 million has been made so far, and Heard suspended her payments to the ACLU in 2019 due to financial difficulties. After their divorce, she applied for spousal support, asking for $50,000 per month to cover her various expenses, including $10,000 for rent, $2,000 for eating out, and $10,000 for pet supplies and legal costs. She's clearly living above her means, and many people wonder how exactly it is that she's going to pay Depp back. Number 3. The huge TMZ lie. The crazy testimony from Morgan Tremaine, former TMZ journalist, revealed that the celebrity news publication had been able to get access to exclusive photos and videos of her during her divorce from Depp. Tremaine told the court that he was tipped off on her whereabouts and he was able to dispatch paparazzi to her location. So why was this a mess for Heard? Well, in her own recorded testimony, she claimed that she was caught off guard by the photographers and that she has no idea how TMZ got a hold of the story. This is something she really needs to address in her tell-all book, because there's a clip of her which went viral showing the exact moment she slipped up by admitting that TMZ was alerted. In the video, she tries to hide the mistake by suddenly wiping her face, but it's very clear from body language alone and her big physical reaction that she had been caught in a lie. Heard has some serious explaining to do about that moment. Number 2. How she got the Aquaman role. During the trial, DC Films president Walter Hamada said in a pre-taped deposition from March 15th that Heard and Momoa weren't well matched as a screen couple. Quote, "They didn't really have a lot of chemistry together." He added, "I think editorially they were able to make that relationship work in the first movie, but there was concern that it took a lot of effort to get there, which makes it pretty clear that Heard didn't get the role solely based on her audition, because even the best actors just can't fake chemistry." Over the course of the trial, it was eventually quickly revealed that Depp played a major role in getting her cast after she auditioned, even claiming that he made a phone call to Warner Brothers executives to seal the deal. The thing is, if she ever wants another role in Hollywood, she absolutely needs to refute these claims, because any casting director who hires her is going to get a lot of flack for it and risk their project being boycotted from the get-go. It would be a PR nightmare. Number 1. Suppressed evidence. This is a big one, and the only substantial thing that she's still holding over Johnny Depp. In her NBC interview, she mentioned that there was so much evidence which was left out of the US trial. In fact, she had already shared some of it during the interview in the form of therapist notes, which she alleged that Depp had physically attacked her. Quote, "There's a binder worth of years of notes dating back to 2011, from the very beginning of my relationship, that were taken by my doctor. These notes date back to 2012 and continue until the couple split in 2016. And on one page, the therapist wrote that Heard claimed Depp had hit her and threw her to the floor. Another note 8 months later said that Depp had ripped her nightgown and threw her on the bed." She told Savannah Guthrie that the notes represented years of real-time explanations of what was going on. Although this new evidence has already been criticized as fake, Heard clearly believes she has much more to reveal, and she's saving it for her revenge book. What do you think she's planning to write in her tell-all book, and do you think the sales will be enough to pay Johnny Depp back? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.